Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching my channel for a while, there may have been a few weeks where you've seen this thumbnail. Well, and in those videos, I talked about how much Pete Carmichael needed to be fired. Well, it is with great honor that I announce, even though this isn't me announcing it, but it is with great honor that I must say that Pete Carmichael has officially been fired. I'm not gonna lie to you. There is a lot of baggage that comes with this, a lot of thoughts that come with this, and along with all that, um, I must say that it is an important off season now, considering we're looking for new coaches. Um, and not just any new coaches, but we're looking for a new offense. And what is that going to look like? But we're gonna talk about that. So, starting with um the the good that comes out of this. Um, this is going to give a lot of Saints fans, including myself, a new, fresh feeling. Um, with a new offensive coordinator and a new system, I guess you could say, without having this vanilla offense that we're all used to seeing these past couple of years. See, the problem with Pete Carmichael is when Sean Payton left, Sean Payton didn't leave him. And when I say that, I mean we tried to implement a Sean Payton system without Sean Payton himself. And we obviously know Pete Carmichael cannot do that. So we're finally getting rid of the Sean Payton system, which worked when Sean was here. Let's not get that mixed up. It's just Pete Carmichael running the Sean Payton system isn't really um, you know, a good idea. But um so we're gonna get a new, fresh, not vanilla style of offense. Um and yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Hopefully. That is something I could say that I'm scared about is we regress hardly into even deeper mediocrity with this new offensive coordinator. Who could it be? I don't know. And it seemed like the Saints were eyeing up John Gruden for a bit. Um, nothing new on that yet, but soon enough we'll know. We'll figure it out. Um, you know, I mentioned baggage. There's a lot of baggage that comes with, hiring John Gruden. Um, obviously everyone knows about the stuff that he's said in the past. And that stuff doesn't go away regardless of, who you are. I'm curious to see what happens with him because I've mentioned on Twitter that, if the predominantly black male roster is behind John Gruden, especially after the things that, he said about um people of color, I personally would have to get behind it. It's not like I want John Gruden, but if the roster is getting behind the things that, he's preaching to the team, and you can see improvements in the game, I say why not? But if there are better options, and I'm sure there are better options than John Gruden, please explore those options before you go to John Gruden. It's like a last resort. Another thing about that, I don't want to become the Raiders. I don't want to become the Raiders. Like, I get bringing in Derek Carr as your QB1. You know, you don't have a QB1. I get bringing in a couple of guys to help him out, like Foster Moreau. Um, he tried Hunter Renfro. I get bringing in some guys that he knows can help the team, that did help the team in ways, like Jonathan Abram on the defensive side of the ball. Guys like that. However, we don't need to implement um, an already predictable system by Gruden as well. We want something new. We want something we don't know about. So, again, we'll see on that. Um, I like guys like Gerard Johnson, the QB coach from the Texans. Um, I think what he's done for CJ Stroud has been incredible. Um, I think what he and CJ Stroud have done has been incredible, and I don't think he's getting um enough credit for, you know, his what you call it, his work there. You know, everyone's talking about D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud on the base, right? I don't hear a lot of people talking about Gerald Johnson, and I hope that we get a chance to interview him. No interviews have came out yet. We're just seeing that Pete Carmichael was fired, but we need to get on it soon. We need to get on it soon. Clint Kubiak, Clint Kubiak would be a good hire. You know, someone from the Shanahan coaching tree. That would be nice. There's options that are better for not only your team but your organization than John Gruden. And John Gruden's really the only one that I've seen so far. You know, you could hire Ronald Curry, but I don't think keeping in the building is the best option. Um, Only because we saw that worked out, and I don't think Ronald Curry's gonna implement that new of a system. But we'll see how that goes. Um, and moving on to the other questions. Now that you're bringing in a new offensive coordinator, we saw how long it took the offense to score more than one touchdown in a game. We saw how long it took for the offense to look like they were actually playing football, and that took about 8 weeks. I'd say 8 weeks. It took about 8 weeks for us to look like a real offense. I'd say the first game we looked like a real offense was against the worst scoring defense in the NFL, the Indianapolis Colts. Um, but yeah, you got to think about getting the guys that take a little bit longer to get acclimated to offenses, acclimated to the offense. Obviously, now you're not working with chemistry, You're working just the system, and that could be hard. Those are some things that got us behind early and could potentially be a reason we're missing the playoffs. Games like the Packers game. Everyone fell apart after Derek Carr got hurt. You could also blame that on the offensive misconstruities. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm using that word right. You could blame the first Buccaneers game on the offense because we didn't move. You could blame you could definitely blame the Texans game on the offense, the way it was called, four verticals for four straight plays within 20 seconds of each other. There's a lot of things that you could blame the offense on. So another like problem, I guess, or worry that I have is how quickly can you get the guys acclimated to the offense without, you know, losing games in the process because every game matters. I don't know if you want to bring somebody in who has familiarity with Derek Carr. I don't know if you want to bring someone completely new in, right? It's gonna be a fun week. We're gonna have some names that we don't like because that's obvious when it comes to interviews. And there's gonna be some names that we do like, and we'll just have to wait and see when they get fired or for when they get hired if they do. But hey, off season's shaping up to be an important one, and I personally am so happy that Pete Carmichael is finally fired. I'm so happy that Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis saw through that bullshit 48-point game because I can tell you right now that man was playing like his job was on the line no matter what, and it was. But I'm glad that they did not. I'm glad that they saw through it and finally realized that it is time to move on from the system that we no longer need, that we can't execute anymore. Thank you all for joining me. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like. If you haven't already, subscribe. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of January, and you can make that possible. So, that being said, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.